if you could have wound the clock back 3 years, you could have somehow taken a step differently and then avoided all of this?
Well, Jerry, I spent a lot of time thinking about that. What a good friend told me is that he wishes he could, who's been through a similar experience, that he wishes he could take back every day he spent feeling sorry for himself. So my intention is to embrace the community service that I'm going to be doing, and I'm actually enthused about it because I have been actively involved. You may remember we set up the Save the Dream program when I was the Attorney General, and I have I don't know if I have the most cases of any attorney out of the Legal Aid Society of Cleveland, but I have a lot of them representing individual homeowners in their efforts who cannot afford lawyers, in their efforts to maintain their homes, in their efforts to take on some of the same folks that I was taking on as Attorney General in a much more macro sense. So in some ways, in my law practice, I'm able to continue some of the same work that I was doing as Attorney General, and my hope is that I will continue to do that. So I think that the sentence and the plea, while nobody wants to be here having this conversation with anybody, I think it's appropriate under the circumstances to bring this to an end. And it was the way that I could bring it to the end, in the way that was the most responsible for me and for those I love and for the people of the state of Ohio.
Marc, how difficult was the decision to ultimately go with the plea deal?
It was an excruciatingly difficult decision. I have and you'll see the Ethics Commission report, and I have not seen the Ethics Commission report. But I can tell you that I had I cooperated extensively with the Ethics Commission in their investigation, and based on the questions that they asked me and the discussions that we had, the issues that they identified are, it would be hard to imagine anybody in this gaggle of people, or anybody in public office, certainly in the state of Ohio, to have the level of attention paid to their personal life and their finances and their conduct, and to have so little found about potential violations of law. Again, I mean, there's no evidence anywhere, even speculatively, that I had any personal benefit, that there was any theft or any dishonesty, and so I hope that that the members of the legislature and the current elected officials, if they were to withstand the same scrutiny, would be able to say the same thing. And so the truth is, it is difficult. It was difficult to accept because when you look at that in the big picture, if I didn't hold the office that I did, and didn't take on the responsibility of trust that I did, certainly we wouldn't be here having this discussion. But the fact is, I did take that on, and so I take responsibility.
Do you feel like you were treated fairly or unfairly by the press and by the investigators and your fellow politicians?
I am totally, Laura, focused on the future and not the past.
Marc, you ran an anti-scandal campaign into office. How does it feel that you're basically on the same level as some of those that you criticized?
Well, and Jim, as you know, during the time that I was running for office, many people were unhappy with the not just the campaign that I ran for Attorney General, but with the work I did as a member of the state Senate to draw attention to a very, what I thought was a very serious problem with the control of state government by lobbyists, by people who were making campaign contributions. And one of my regrets is that the significant changes that I made in the AG's office, as how outside legal work was appointed, and changing the way that business was done, and holding other state agencies accountable for that, that's going to completely kind of washed away by my personal failings, which I take full responsibility for. But the truth is, I did not make a lot of friends in that process, and so when I made a mistake, a personal mistake, which is really what prompted all this discussion to begin, the reservoir of support that some people that were better at playing the game down here than I was just wasn't there for me, unfortunately.
Where do you go next? What's next for Marc Dann?
I'm going to go to prom tonight. My son and daughter are both going to prom. We're going to we have a thing called the promenade where all the kids walk through the gym and we get to see them in their attire, and I have beautiful children who have nice dates, fortunately, for tonight, and then I'm going to go after they go to prom. I'm going to go and try to do some work for clients that I haven't been able to do for the last couple of days. So,
Mark, Alyssa was here 2 weeks, in pretty much the same position you are.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the fact that she was involved with this?
Yeah, I mean, this has been heartbreaking for both of us. I mean, all of you know, many of you know Alyssa professionally, and you all know that I love Alyssa, and Alyssa loves me. And this has been a terrible process for both of us. And unfortunately, some things you go through are so horrible that you simply can't put Humpty Dumpty back together again. And I think that's the case. And as sad as that is, I'm happy that she's able to move on with the rest of her life. She certainly deserves to have peace and happiness in the future, and I hope at some point that I'll be able to have the same. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.